Hello and welcome to the Astroflower, Leo. This is going to be your weekly reading going from the 3rd through to the 9th of October. If you haven't seen the monthly readings or the equinox readings, I would really go and have a look at it, simply because it's a changing world out there and we seem to be on the nail at the moment for the collective, certainly. And you can check out your individual signs as well. As you'll notice, at my side is the sun, and I do a lot of work with the sun and do a lot of work with energy. It all sort of connects. So we're going to be clarifying the cards at the end of this video according to the sun and the vibrations coming through there. And there's a big coronal hole. There's also the filament energies. Okay, so without further ado, you'll have to get that at the end of this video, at the end of this reading, sorry. And just see which best cards to pull on and which is the ones you need to have a little bit of a look out and keep an eye out for. Okay, so here we go, Leo. Let's just find out directly what's going on with your overall energies here. It's finding yourself in the bosom of the family, I think, and this isn't just for relationships. This is also within your workplace, within everything you do. It's almost like coming together, sort of like a feeling of harmony within you, or just the wanting of that sort of family sort of scenario. Yeah, healing. I think that does tie it in. I think that sort of says it correctly. It's almost like that well-being moment when you just grab all your friends and all your families and you give them a big hug. That sort of thing. It's like making you feel at ease again and what have you. That's what the overall energy is here. It's a really good energy for you. Got the 6 of Wands and the 5 of Swords coming out there. Let's see what that goes on. Success after headache. Is that the thing that's being playing through? Let's see what's going on with your overall energies. Your karmic message, sorry, on your relationship side. Almost want to purr. So it's falling in love again, but it's also, it's having those, really warm moments basically within your relationships. Yeah, the fruits are ripe for that, I think, for you. It really seems like you're in a position there. You just want, to feel the best. It's going to come in obviously quite quickly for you. Let's see what this one is here. And an evolution process coming up for you. So I think it's a case here of just opening up really to the idea of feeling the bosom of the family basically. And that's not just your family. That could also be your friends, your partner, in that sort of thing. Just really connecting with people on a very sort of soft, loving sort of sense, really. See how the universe sort of like plays this through. They're always saying like a calm before the storm in a way. Yeah, there is a call to action there. Yeah, it's completely different to overall the karmic message. Maybe it's a case of sort of like keep people close to you. Bring people into you. To the collective, to the family, to the friends. Making sure that people are close, because there seems to be a bit of a call to a mission basically. Is there something coming up in the family or the friends or the community? Because that's what it feels like, rather than sort of partnership. Your couple. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this. Yeah, there seems to be like rebuilding of bridges within the family and stuff like that, I think, for you. It might have been a difficult week in the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, but here is definitely building. It's being that, it's like almost like that center figure that sort of like grabs everybody and pulls them in. It's still getting that off that. Being your best example. That's a good idea, really, for you. Yeah, being the best example of who you can be, and that protecting aspect. That's what it feels like as well. It's almost like you're protecting your family at the moment. You're protecting your tribe, your friends, and it's being that best person within inside you, which is going to help to protect them the most. Let's just go into how your guides are trying to influence the conversation that's in you. This is couple. I think communication is key here, and it's not like a problem. It's really not. It's almost like communicating your feelings, opening up your feelings to your partner or the people that are really close to you, basically. Queen of Swords, change of fortune. Queen of Swords, a little bit single-minded, the Queen of Swords. She's got the wind at her back and she's got the control over her emotions because she's sitting on top of them. But at the same time, I think this is sort of saying, yeah, be very clear to your close companions or your close family members or your partner. And I think it could be a case of sort of like maybe this side of things needs need the emotions to be a little bit more sort of flexible, a little bit more sort of malleable, really. And that does play into your solar activity and according to your flower. Let's just have a look what's going on your business side. Yeah, you've got to be in your bonnet. You want to get things done. With that movement that we saw in the October reading, but also in the equinox readings, there's going to be a change in attitude to do with job, working, business, and stuff like that. It almost seems like it's going to be built on respect rather than finances, and you're up for that. It's a real. You know how to work that, yeah. So you got to be playing smart, I think, in your business sense. It's not the same sort of energy as it is with the relationship side at all. It's completely different. So within your workspace, within your job and your business and stuff like that, play smart, play clever. This is good, healthy competition, which this should be on this side, but. Yeah, it's sort of like good, healthy competition can bring out the best in people, and when it's healthy competition, it tends to. When it's unhealthy competition, that's when people gets detrimental to a lot of people. Let's just see how the universe is sort of like contributing to this message. Strike firm and strike just. That's what it's sort of saying. Three of Wands, only one card there. Three of Wands. So I think this is a case where the universe is sort of saying there's a lot of movement around you. There's a lot of coming and going and coming and going and coming and going and that sort of thing. And if you're playing smart, it means you don't have to do all the running around here. So the universe seems like it's going to be doing the running around for you. So it's almost better if you don't move, in a way. Because if it's going to come to you. Let's just see what's going on how your guides are influencing that karmic message. There's communication coming in. It's as if they're acting a little bit like your personal secretary. So there's things coming in and they're sort of like passing information through to you, and that could be that playing smart factor. I would listen to the coincidences around you within your job, within your business and stuff like that. Yeah, they're helping you to maintain that calm, collected sort of positioning, that lion who's sitting on top of the rocks, just surveying the savannah in front of them. That's the sort of lion, the Leo attitude you should take on, I think here. And I think your guides are trying to do this by sort of like you're on the rock. You can see everything that's going down, and your guides are sort of like just bringing in the information of what's going on the valley or the savannah before you. Let's just see how the conversation sort of plays into you. I think you need to speak up. I think you need to call things out within your job, within your business, and things like that, within your projects. I don't think you should be sitting silent on that rock. I think it's, when the information comes through, I think it's going to need you to impose yourself a little bit on the world that is around you. Six of Swords. Do you get that passage? I guess so, simply because if you're not running around and getting the situation confused, all of a sudden it's going to really empower you. So that empowerment will command a certain respect from the people who work around you, and or within your business or within your projects and stuff like that. And this is where you're going to cut a bit of slack for your mental activity, and that's probably just as well. Because it's just going to allow you to observe and just follow through on your long-term plans or your goals or your career path or your projects, or getting your projects done. Let's just see what comes out in the end of what the outcome of these two stories is. It's completing both sides. It's as if like there's a slight adjustment on both sides in order to find the harmony between the two. You've got that here, that harmony on that side with the Justice card, but yeah, it's as if like, yeah, you're finding harmony, you're finding peace, tranquility. It's almost as if like in the future you're gonna still do what you're going to gain as much as you need to gain in the way of money and stuff like that within your projects, within your business, etc. But you don't need to work so hard. It's going to put you in a position almost of authority and stuff like that. It's going to, yeah, it's going to provide, benefits for you. I think on both sides, this is what it is, and it's drawing towards this position where you can feel really, I think we went into this in the monthly readings, and I didn't think it come out in the second month, more sort of in November time, October, November time, but you might want to go back and see the equinox reading between the 23rd and 23rd of October. But I think that's, you're getting into that. There's this moment of healing which is obvious at the moment for you. It's a moment of pause, and next week it's going to really kick in. But yeah, it's on the relationship side here. I think it's a question of opening up and allowing, just being very tender with your relationships that are around you. I think that's going to be very good for you as much as anything else. And on your job side, I think it's a case of being plain smart, and that's that case of, just allowing things to happen around you, and then you can literally just pick and take as you choose, so you don't tie yourself out. Because there is a big wave coming in, and that's that call to action, I think, on that side. So this is what's going on with the sun. Let's see what the clarification is in according to that. Now, these black holes that you can, or black sort of clouds that are coming through on the surface of the sun, they're called corona holes, and they're earth energies. And on the crown of the sun, right up on the northern pole, the north pole of the sun, you have a filament energy, which is water energy. Now, that water is just coming through here. And this appears to be some sort of vague transition. And I would have thought in the coming week. So I don't think it's this week, but I think it's going to be evident for you that that change is coming. The better you can prepare for it, the better you will be. I think it's a good change. It's coming in quite quickly. And it's going to provide you victories in life. Okay? The main thing that goes on for you is Earth. Obviously, you have Earth at your base. So this is all about this week here. I would have thought is these two cards here and this card. Well, all four of these cards, to be honest, because they've all got Earth in them. You've got the two fixed of your good selves. You've got the cardinal here that comes in from Cancer, and the mutable which comes in from Virgo, which flows all the way through. The reason there's a bit of a pause here is because you've got your fire crossed with air, and at the moment in the sun there's not a lot going on with that sort of energy there. So therefore you're going to find like a nice peaceful spring or autumn day where it's very calm, there's nothing much going on, there's a bit of sunshine, a bit of cloud, it's very nice, there's a very harmonious sort of situation, and that sort of brings you through. And I think that bringing you through is all about that sitting down and observing what is going on, and exploiting that situation, but not in a bad way at all, exploiting it in a way of that make things work and make things create, not just for you but for everybody that is around you, for the company that you're working for, or for your business that you've created, or your job, or your projects. Okay, you get a similar sort of situation here, and I think that's sort of like that striving to be your best. The difference is you've got cardinal air coming in from Libra in that position there. So it's very, which is this card here, the Queen of Swords. So it plays beautifully into that section there. And she's almost sort of saying the wind's blowing against you a little bit in this sort of sense, because she's facing towards you. And you've got to, this is where you've got to stand up and be the best example of you, I think. Very productive point is here, which is you get the crossing of that water, the mutable earth and the water that comes across you. So therefore, the end of the week, it's almost like gonna go really sort of like really spike on you, and it's gonna make it really, really quick. So I think the most important cards here is your foundation. It is the call to action, the Nine of Pentacles, of having the fruits that are ready for you and understanding that, and how you welcome these fruits. It's got to be in a very gentle sort of way, playing smart within your business side, and allow the world to run around you. I think these are the most important cards. The ones that are a little bit subdued are these four here, and this one up here is definitely a very productive one. So you've got these four here and that one up there. It gives that sort of pyramid factor going on, and it's all surrounded by that healing. So there you go, Leo. There's plenty of links in the description below for your reading for this week. Yeah, you'll also find your book down there. Thank you very much for being here on the Astroflower. You're more than welcome to leave a comment, like, share, but also if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and click that bell. It helps us with the algorithm in YouTube. Doesn't cost you a thing, and it would be most appreciated from our side. So in the meantime, Leo, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.